Good evening, your Fitness First community. I hope you're all okay this morning. This morning. It's just a bit late today, only a couple of minutes. I've just been to my daughter's open evening for her next school next year. So just had a bit of a look around a new school, which is quite interesting, but quite scary at the same time with my daughter growing up. Ugh. So tonight's live workshop. Oh, before we start, I'd just like to say thank you to everybody for your taking part in my workouts on the community, on the group. I hope you're enjoying it. Like I say, they're all on the YouTube channel as well. So if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you can get the workouts you really enjoy on there, and they will really make a difference. If you, rather than scrolling through the Facebook, you can literally pick out which one you enjoy most. The weight ones, the beginners ones, they're all on there. I just load them all up there probably a week after I've actually put them live on Facebook. So again, thank you for everybody. So tonight's talk is going to be about your self-talk, our own inner critic. So we can be our worst enemy, worst critic, or we can be our number one fan. It's your choice. It's a part and parcel of life. You can make that choice. Our inner talk is hard to master, but you can master your own thoughts. But like anything else, it will take time and it will take action. So if you're ready to take the action that you want to do, change your inner self-talk, you can do that. You can start and change your life today with these strategies that I'll go through in a bit. There's a quote from a book that's I've read before, and it's really interesting about our purpose and about what we should do in life. So the quote is, "There is no greater path you can walk, no greater goal you can achieve, and no greater purpose you can find than to live up to the promise you were born to fulfill." So basically, overcoming your self-talk, negative self-talk, then you can overcome anything and fulfill the life you dreamed of doing. Whatever you dreamed of doing, whatever is held you back, you could fulfill that life through controlling your self-talk. So from the moment we're born, everything you've heard, thought and said to yourself or others said around you is temporarily recorded on our brain. So repeated frequently, the program becomes physically and chemically wired to our brain. So it's just hard to uninstall it because it's been there for years. The more often these programs are repeated, the stronger they are wired into our brain. That's the thing. Even if you've had a positive lifetime when you were growing up, a positive home, 70%, 77% of the things that are programmed in your mind will be negative. They could still be negative, and it's a shame, but that's the way life is and the way we are to ourselves. Like I say, you could be your biggest, your best number one fan, or you could be your worst critic or enemy. It's your choice. Still today though, our brain is acting on these negative thoughts you receive, and it doesn't know the difference between something that was true or something that's false. It's designed to act on the strongest programs received, whether they are true or false. And 90% or more of our programs are from unconscious thoughts. So they're completely hidden from our past experiences that we've had. We don't even know we're doing them because it's just wired into our brain. From years and years of talking negative to yourself, or people telling you can't do this and stuff, and then you start believing these things and you can't do it yourself. But due to scientific studies, which have been done for the last 20 odd years, you can now know that these programs can be changed. These programs can be changed through neuroplasticity, which is a pathway which you can redesign. It's rewiring your brain. So basically, through neuroplasticity, our brains are designed to continually rewire throughout our life. So the more we grow, the more we learn, the more we can understand and how we can change our own negative self-talk. So all the self-talk we tell ourselves each day can be reprogrammed and it can be replaced. We can do that. Over time, it's got to be replaced with positive and more successful programs that will help us move forward to follow our dreams, to become the purpose we want. Again, from that quote, to live up to the promise we were born to fulfill. And that's the dream. This, again, was one of my biggest problems when I was going through. Like I say, all these parts are now through the pathway I took. So the next part was my self-talk, what I had to overcome. And like I say, this is one of my biggest challenges, if not the biggest challenge to overcome. Through years, I'd had my self-talk push me down. It had done me down for years. I wasn't good enough. I wasn't clever enough to do anything else. I'd fail. I'm not strong enough mentally or physically to succeed or to achieve anything. That's what I used to tell myself. That was my program in my head. Looking back now, it's absolutely ridiculous for what I've achieved and what I've moved through just over 2.5 years, what I've actually done in my life through changing, through changing and rewiring my brain. I've learned so much, I've achieved so much, and you can do it if you follow, you can do it too. You can do it you can do it too if you follow the strategies that I give you. It's people have done them, thousands of people have done them, and it's worked for everybody. I started this journey to help people, and it's really helped me by doing that. But still, I have negative thoughts sometimes and negative self-talk. But the difference is now that I recognise them before they even take over my thought process. When they come into my mind, I recognise them. My subconscious mind recognises that and goes, you know what? I know that I can not talk to myself anymore. So I tell myself to talk positively, and I say things that I've achieved over the last 2 years. Things that have made me proud, that have made my family proud, things that are important, that have made you move forward in your life. And you've got to look back at the good things in life, and that's the stuff that will make you easier and reprogram your self-talk. So the first strategy is so important to do. It's repetition again is key to your success. It's a funny one. At first you'll be really awkward in doing. It won't be easy, but I promise you it will 100% change your own inner critic and the way you talk to yourself and the way you learn to just like yourself, to be part of something that you are who you are. Just accept you for who you are. So the first strategy is a mirror test. So the mirror test is to look at yourself in a full length mirror, or just in a normal mirror, whatever you get. Take your time to really look at yourself and then become aware of your thoughts as you're looking at yourself. It's really important. You just take that little bit of time, 20-30 seconds, just to look at yourself, and you'll be aware that most of the thoughts that come into your head are going to be negative. You know what I mean? Mine were when I first started. I didn't like looking at myself in the mirror. I did it though, because I pushed yourself through barriers. It's a way of changing your neuroplasticity. You have to push through it. And the best time to do it is, what I found was straight after you've had a shower. You can look at yourself and then you can see yourself in all your priorities without no makeup on. Not that I wear makeup, but for you ladies that wear makeup, you can see yourself just as you are, natural beauty as you came into this world, and it's so important. So yeah, you think about the thoughts that are going through your head. Most of them will be negative. And then while listening to the thoughts, ask yourself this: would I say that to one of my family members that I love? Would I say that to my son, my daughter, my mum, my dad, anybody, my best friend? Would you say that to them? And I can guarantee the answer would be no. So why do you say it to yourself? Why do you look in the mirror and say, oh, you don't like what you look at, or I look ugly, or I've got wrinkles there? You are who you are. Every single feature on my face, apart from that spot, which is a bit annoying, but it is there and it'll go. So it's mine. It's part of me. I accept it for who I am. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect, far off, but I am who I am. You know what I mean? I can love myself for that. And that's thing. But now the key is what you have to do. You have to tell yourself 3 good and positive things about yourself. You can repeat them out loud, saying to yourself in the mirror, and then repeat them over and over again. You can say them quietly in your head, but do it for about 20-30 seconds to start with. And it will sound awkward first when you first do it. It's just little things that you need to try. So you need to be positive, you need to be upbeat, you need to be good, make yourself feel good. Something you'd say to one of your best friends, something you say to your child when you tell them you look beautiful or something. So or start small, like I am loved, just something that you are, because you are loved. We're all loved by somebody. I am a good person, you know what I mean? I am kind. You can even go, I am beautiful. I mean, I love myself for who I am. I am enough. Just say little things that make a positive and make you feel better. Instead of looking at yourself and going, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. And just, instead of being negative, just look at you, accept yourself for who you are. This is really important to watch out for those negative thoughts coming back in as well, because you don't want them creeping back in. But the key is to repeat this twice. So preferably do it morning and night. When you look in the mirror, just tell yourself three positive things. I mean, I've got a friend, and I used to take the mick out of him because he used to walk past the mirror and go, looking good, every time he looked in the mirror. And looking back, you know what? He's full of confidence. He's happy with himself, and he's secure. And it's just simple things like that. And then I thought, you know what? I get that now. I get why you did that, because it made yourself feel better. And it does. If you can learn to love yourself, you can learn to do that. It's so much better. Life becomes so much happier. 100%. So, like I say, do it morning and night preferably, but even every time you look in the mirror, do it then. Just one comment to yourself, nice little positive comment. Honestly, it works. But again, over time, even in a few weeks, you'll begin to notice that these programs begin to change in your mind. And keep going though, don't stop. The goal is to get to the point where you can look at yourself naked in a mirror and be happy with what you see, and just be there, content with yourself, not worried about anything else. You literally can look at yourself naked in a mirror and go, you know what, I'm happy with who I am, I'm beautiful, I'm kind, I'm happy in my own skin. Even if you've got baby stretch marks, I mean, they're there because you brought beautiful babies into this world. They're part of you. They were made by your beautiful children, and it's part of who you are. And you can't take that away. It's what you are. You're just accepting yourself for who you are, just like everybody else who loves you does. And that's the key, accepting yourself for who you are. And it's a beautiful thing when you can do it. But again, that's the first strategy, the mirror test. Honestly, try it. It works wonders. I still do it now. It's just tell yourself in the mirror, you look good. You're happy with yourself. You know what I mean? It's simple, but process. The second strategy, you'll need a bit of paper or a notepad. And this one's really interesting because it's a good one to do. It's over time, so you need 24 hours to do it. So over 24 hours, get a pen, paper, down one side of the paper, write all the negative thoughts that come into your head over 24 hours. Literally, anything that comes into your head, write them down. Don't matter how long the list gets, you have to go over the paper, do it. I did this, it works wonders. So all the negative thoughts that come into your head, write them down. And then after 24 hours, the next day, then spend about 20-30 minutes, and I want you to write 3 positive thoughts for each negative thought. So if you've done a list of 20 negative thoughts, then write 60 positive thoughts, but make sure you do it. 3 for each one. 3 positive thoughts that you'd like to say to yourself, or you'd say to a friend for each negative thought. So something positive, something kind that you say to yourself, or that a friend would say to you. You've got to think positive about yourself, something good. You're changing your self-talk. And these are your new programs that are going to use every day. So now, every time you think of something negative and your inner critic pops into your mind, just notice it as a thought. That's all it is. Then repeat three of the positives out loud. You know what I mean? It's key to do it out loud if you can. Do it in your head if you want to. So once you feel like you say, oh, I'm not good enough for that, I can't do that. And then you go, no, stop yourself, I can do that. I need to do this, this and this. No, I can do that. I'm good enough to do that. I can change my life, I can achieve that. Just 3 little things to change that mindset. And it's repetition that's key. Over the next few weeks, so I tell you what, you'll increase your positive self-talk and you'll change the neuroplasticity in your brain. After 21 days, it's proven, scientifically proven, if you do this, you can change your neuroplasticity in your brain, and your subconscious mind will then start to begin to take over your own inner critic, and you'll have more positive thoughts about yourself. It happens. I do it myself. It works. You'll start to talk more kindly to ourselves, and the negative self-talk will be taken over by more positive programs. I promise you that. So the key is here though, if you want to change, you have to take responsibility for it. You have to take charge and you have to take action every day to make sure you change your life. Like I say, over 21 days, what's 21 days? 3 weeks. It's nothing to try and learn to start to change your self-talk. And it's so important for us to succeed by changing these little habits that we've got of our self-critic. But like I say, you need to do it every day until it becomes natural. Mine's becoming natural now. It probably took me about 3 months before I started noticing it. Well, 21 days to get the habit. Then I started noticing it a little bit. And then after 63 days, which is when your new habit comes fully, of doing it every day though, I've begun to learn to talk better to myself, to be much kinder to myself, to ask myself, would I be happy if somebody had said that to me, or I'd said it to somebody else? And you wouldn't, so why say it to yourself? You are who you are, accept yourself who you are. These two strategies help me and help thousands of others overcome their negative self-talk, moving from pain to pleasure to happiness. And this is the ultimate goal in life, moving from our pain of self-talk to the pleasure of positive, successful neuroplasticity in our brain. It takes over the subconscious mind, and that is key to everything. And lastly, the number one reason why people don't succeed is because they allow their negative self-talk to rule their mind. So people don't succeed at weight loss because they've always told themselves they can't do it over and over again. I've not done it before, I can't do it again. I've done this, they've done it and they failed, so I'm going to fail. You've already lost before you've won, before you've even started. It's a key. You've got to break that cycle. And this is the way you break the cycle. Don't allow this to happen to you. Don't give up. It will change. It will change through repetition. You will change your life, just like I have, I promise you. It sounds so awkward to do sometimes, but it's so easy. It's so simple. And I promise you, if you do it, try it, it will change your life forever. You'll be able to talk to yourself better. You will have more compassion for yourself. You'll have more kindness towards yourself, and you'll have more self-love to yourself. And that is the goal. You know what I mean? You'll accept yourself for who you are and how you should be on this earth. Like I've said before, I found my purpose 2 years ago. My purpose is to help people, to help you and other people regain control of their physical and mental health. And this is how I did it through these strategies. Everything I'm teaching you is exactly how I did it, exactly how I followed it, exactly how I've got to the path that I am now, in front of you tonight on this camera. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on a replay, if you try these 2 strategies, or at least one of them, I promise you it'll change your life. And once you've done the first one or the second one, try the other one. Honestly, you will not understand how much they've helped me move forward in my life and start to begin to be kinder to myself. And that's the key. Love yourself, like yourself, love yourself, whatever you want to say, as much as you do your own children. And it's so important, because then you can show them that they can love themselves. I tell my kids all the time, you should love yourself just as much as you love your love daddy. You are unique, you are beautiful, and we all are. And through changing your self-talk, you can change your life. So that's all I've got time for tonight. If you want to go back and, like I say, watch this again, get a pen and paper, write the strategies down, do it. Honestly, I promise you it'll change your life. It's changed my life. And every step I'm telling you now was a step I took to getting to where I am here. Stronger, healthier, fitter, more positive, happier, better relationships, and moving forward in my life with my purpose. So that's all I've got time for tonight, like I say. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Tomorrow morning I am doing a 20-minute HIIT workout. So nice and early, 6:15. You can catch up on the replay. I'll do a 20-minute HIIT workout. So it's going to be fast, it's going to be furious. It's going to get hot and sweaty. So, like I say, hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow morning if you come and join me live. Bye bye.